very good morning to you guys. Very, very good morning. A resounding good morning to you guys. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is ART reaching you from London. Today is a great day that I really want to touch on something really, really bigger than all we have been talking about. And it's going to be, I think, what I'm going to call it, an enriching day if we can put our minds together and ask a lot of questions. And I saw this issue, and I felt it would be an injustice for me not to actually join my mouth to the debate, which is called the United States. Sorry about that. I need to correct it correctly. It's the United States of Africa. That is the proposed package. Let me quickly correct that. So the proposed package is the United States of Africa. And I really want to spend time to talk about it to the best of my ability. And before as you know, we're going to be very, very technical on the show right now. But to do some little justice to this, I want to see the beautiful design I saw online. It was quite amazing. And I was looking at it and I said, it couldn't be better. It cannot be better. The design is top notch. I cannot ask for anything better. Look at it, the Bank of the United States of Africa and the United States of Africa. What an iconic image. I wish this can happen in my lifetime. But the first question that came to my mind is, why is it not happening in my lifetime? Do you guys even understand the importance of the United States of Africa? I really want to talk about that. And perhaps the reason I brought it on this show is so that those of you in Nigeria, I'm talking to all of you there now, we know your role, the important role you're supposed to play for the realization of our destiny. Sometimes when I say it, you guys don't get it. That the decision you make down there affects the whole of the Black people around the world. And that's what I'm going to try and talk about today. I'm not the one that have cried it first. I heard the voice of Nelson Mandela telling us that Africa, that the world will not respect Africa until Nigeria end respect. It's not me. That is one big voice. So I want to see African leaders listening to me today. Why you are doing this? And another voice that of most recent is this guy. He's my mentor right now. Pierre Lumumba. He is the only Pan-Africanist I can see. His voice is so loud. I think when I listen to him, the next person I listen to is Farrakhan. Farrakhan is a little bit religious. He has element of religion to it, but he's really fighting for the Black race indirectly. But what is really interesting is why I'm asking now, why would Patrick Lumumba and Farrakhan and some key brilliant people in Africa really sit down and let us come together and have the United States of Africa? The importance of this is, Bob Marley said, and this is the key point I would want to play with. He said, if Africa unite, because your children want to come home. Whoa! That is the summary of what I'm going to talk about today. We don't have shortages of human resources, Nigeria, Africa. We don't have shortages of natural resources. It's beyond Nigeria. So that is why, but what is so sad is we need leadership. The leadership is supposed to come from Nigeria. But like Bob Marley said, see them want to be the star, so they fight in tribal war. You see, they want to be the star, so they are busy fighting tribal wars. And that is why it is so sad. And that's why today's topic is important. To address very many of you there, myopic in your head, that you are not there for yourself. You are supposed to be there for the entire Black race. I don't want to use the word Black race anymore, for the entire African. And that is why when I rebrand this station, I rebranded the African Renaissance Television. That's why. So you're going to see why I'm going to talk about that today. I cannot tell you more about the importance of the United States of Africa, but let me quickly bring in Mary because he's already been in the studio. I think it's right time to have her quickly in. Mary, you're welcome to the studio. I hope your network is good enough because I can see it blank. That's why I've not added you. I don't know why it is so, whether it is thing today, but we will see. Well, yeah, nice. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Daddy.
Yes, I said today is a great day. It's another beautiful Monday. It's a day I don't like, but that's the day that's the beginning. We start to begin slowly and surely. Yeah, but today I'm looking at the United States of Africa. Whoa! It's beyond what we talk about here on this show. You know, we always talk about the corruption in Nigeria, how corrupt we are, how our leaders are. I want them to know that it's beyond the four walls of the Nigerian state. When you run an offense in a community and you ruin the people, you are actually ruining the destiny of many black people around the world. And it is too important. Let me just quickly add them evening. Asaba, you're welcome. You're welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Today, yeah, that the Grace is not really in the right frame of mind because I am disappointed where I find myself that I'm 60 years old now and Africa has not changed. The things we're dreaming of, the cry of our forefathers, down till now, is still unheard. Marcus Garvey cried it, but Mali cried it. But let me put it, I want to share this video again, this little clip again of Bob Marley. He said, Africa, unite because your children want to come home. It is too important. You know, we sold our brothers. We sold them as slaves. And today, they are wandering around the world looking for a home. And today we refuse to create a home for them. We think we can misbehave. And even right now, our leaders still steal this money and come and bring it here to the same place where we sold them, like sowing destiny of more children. You know, when you take African money and you bring it to Europe today, you are actually selling the destiny of more people in Africa. The same way, if you send only your child to come and study in Europe, that child probably will not come back. You saw the destiny of some African children. Fact. You may not like it, but we're going to deal with it today. Ole Buhari died in London. He should die 10 times because he's supposed to die million times because if he chooses to die, he should have died at home. You know how much we're spending on that idiot? That's the destiny of some children. Forgotten that we have sold some already. Today is going to be a very sad day when I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk. My mouth is going to open loud. Let's talk about the United States of Africa first. Let's look at it in the simple terms. First, let me talk about the economic imperative. For me to be able to portray this, the whole world, it's not as if it's only Africa. Mary, I think we are copying now, the United States of America. You know how many states there? About 54 states, Mary. 54 states makes up America. And actually, they are not smaller, though we are more in terms of Africa. In terms of the structure, we have only 54 countries in Nigeria, in Africa. So they can actually become the 54 states of Africa. That is what young people are proposing. I will not keep quiet to it because it's too noble, it's too important. If I was growing up, I was still in the village, I didn't know what it means. But Mali said, Africa, unite. And he said, how good and how pleasant it would be to see the unification of all Africans. The man cried it years ago when I was still a child. Today I'm a grown man. You know why this is sad? Mary, when Bob Marley was talking about it, I didn't understand it. I already know, I grew up to come and hear there's a place called the United States of America. But there's a new union that happened in my time. It's called the European Union. This is the deep one that I see. Maybe this deep union, this called European Union, what they are actually looking for is the United States of Europe. They call it as European Union. But what they are really looking for is the United States of Europe. Let me explain this to you. When I first came to Europe, around 1992, I'm talking because I lived through it. I'm not guessing. The highest denomination, the highest currency in Europe was the Deutschmark, the German Deutschmark. It was about very low compared to the US dollar. So the only powerful money in the world was either the euro, the British pound, and the US dollar. That was years when I came to Europe. Now, you know what they did? They wanted to counter that. And they know they could not secure themselves. Another thing that happened in Europe, they were not able to secure themselves. They were scared of Russia and some other places. You know what they do? They form NATO. So that when there is a force, they say an attack on one is an attack on another. They drag in America to secure them. So they've achieved two things. With their EU, with the NATO, they were able to get the unity to secure themselves. With the European Union, let me tell you the advantage of the European Union. When I said, like I said, the highest currency was then the Dutch mark. Today, Mary, the euro is higher than the US dollars. They came together, throw away their dirty currency, and they come up with only one currency called the euros. If you go to Europe now, other than England, other than the UK, the rest of them use the euros. Maybe because they came together, they've now been able to strike with one force. They've been able to defeat. Their currency is now higher than the US dollars. I lived in Slovenia for 5 years. Our money there was called Slovenian dollars. It was like a piece of paper, like a quinach. But today, they are now part of a union, and their money is now the euros, which is now higher than the United States dollars. Now let's come to Africa. In Nigeria, you have Naira. I swear you can't spend Naira beyond Nigeria. I swear, sorry, man. Sorry. Ghana cedis is not. It's not even. I don't even remember there's something called Ghana cedis. Now they've revived themselves a little bit. I don't know the currency Kenya is using. And guess what? Even those of them in the bloody French colonies, they don't even have an independent. They don't have a currency. Their central bank is still in France. Africa, we should be crying. But Europe has been able to come together within this short period. And they now, their money is now higher than the US dollar. Now, look, another thing they did, Mary. In those days, there was no labor in the UK. They said there should be free movement of people within Europe. So what happened is people were able to migrate from one place to the other to look for a good job, and in the process, enrich the economy of one another. In Europe today, I know the UK was a little bit upset, they left. That is the Brexit. They have some back downfall in it. But if you see the advantage, a lot of progress, a lot of prosperity, enough spread around. You can looking for some labor before they need to go to Africa, go to other places they were able to get from their own brothers. Now, in fact, the kind of skilled labors that came to UK is enormous. In fact, it was now they've seen the other side of it. Let's forget about UK, but the rest of Europe are enjoying it. Now, in Africa, I can't even go to Benin Republic to work. The so-called stupid ECOWAS is there, not to even think of the United States of Africa. The question is, what do you even need visa to go? Now, they don't use visa within Europe. Not even not visa, you can go there and live and work. Creating a common destiny, a common hope. Now, you know why this is so sad? It's only in Nigeria today I hear, oh, the Igbo people want to go. The other one want to go. The other one want to go. You know what? I want you guys to look at this from where I'm coming from. And from where you are. Do you guys think this is the time to fight for Arewa, to fight for Biafra, to fight for Duduwa, or fight for the United States of Africa? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go with Biafra? Where are you going to go with Arewa? What currency are you going to have? Which position are you going to be? That is a strong message. In fact, if I become the president of Nigeria, all those agitations will be there. Because we'll be looking forward to a progressive Africa. Not a dead village life. Because what is going on is you guys are fighting yourself over something that is stupid, forgotten. If it's your destiny alone, I won't mind. But your forefather Cause something very graphic, something, in fact, you cannot remember. Your brothers are all over the places. The reason you tell people after Michael Jackson, not be their home, be that. Now sell them. Now you refuse to even create a home for them to come and even help you like Joseph did. They want to come and help you. Then you wouldn't even create a home for them to come. Give me one reason why we still don't have the United States of Africa today. I've given an instance. America is the strongest country in the world. Because of what? Texas will not be as strong as America. California is not as strong as America. Even the economy of California is higher than the whole of Africa put together. Only one state in America, the economy of California is higher than the economy of the whole of the United States of Africa. Put it together. You know why? Because we are fragmented. How many people are in California? We have a population of 1.4 billion in Africa. There's nothing you put on ground in Africa that will not sell. In fact, if we come together, we'll have a united force. We will speak, we'll have a protection. Do you know today we don't have a country? We don't have a country because we are not even protected. We don't have an army. I mean, Nigeria get army. Ghana get army. I mean, Cotonou get army. I know they call them country. They be Cotonou. All those people get army. Togo get army. In fact, I just finished a course here. Do you know the only people they bring to the law to come and face the law in The Hague are African leaders? Because you have no say in the world. I'm coming to United Nations. Now your leader that they come face judgment. And European leaders will not go there. Of course, an American soldier will not even go there because they believe they are independent. You are not. So Tinubu, they open their mouth, they talk trash. You are a villager. On the world stage, you villagers. And that is where we are, unfortunately. Now, let me ask you people. For those of you who are not familiar, I don't want to even, I'm not talking to people in my platform today, not my guests, no, I'm talking to you in Africa. Do you know that Nigeria, or none of you have a place in United Nations? Only 5 countries have veto. When they speak, you quiet. America, France, England, Russia, China. The rest, you shut up. Their vote is equal to the vote of every 1 million people. Akbar. So would it be so bad if Africa has come together with the 1.4 million? We have power. We will have a power. We will say we want a place in that place. Otherwise, we are not part of it. At least we can then talk. Can Nigeria talk? That Tinubu, when they open mouth, say the president of Nigeria. Now, Percy, if he talk for them, when we come up for Nigeria, whether or not you open a dirty mouth, you see, people that kill you at home, they hardly speak outside. There's one song that they were playing today, and I was just playing it. I want to share it. It's an Robo song. I can't play it here, but I'm going to share it on my listen. He said they are fighting me, but there's a bigger fight they should be fighting out there. Nigeria, you don't have an internal fight. It is a shame that you guys can't see beyond what is going on. And it's not even an attempt to fight the white person or fight the other race, but at least grow an economy of your own. There is no African country that is still independent. Not one. You want to be independent, right? Yes. You want to have the independence of Nigeria, but you are not independent. You know the truth. I'm not the one to tell you. You can't feed yourself. Ghana cannot feed itself. Our destiny in Africa is destroyed because we refuse to come together. That's why when I saw this beautiful image today, I was excited. I said, whoa, what an opportunity to at least add my voice to it. And that is why you see me change the TV station from SRTV to the African Renaissance Television. Because the pride, the reason to be a black man or to be an African cannot be overemphasized. And remember when we were talking on this show one day, I said we should no more be called black people, we should be called Africans. I went on this show one day to let you know that even Jesus Christ was an African. You guys may not like it, but this is the image you see. Because you have no place in the world. They sell your own thing for you. What you have, they sell it for you. That's been the destiny of the African man. They come and take your own thing and they sell it for you. Now they are processing Gary in China. They come and sell it for you. The oil you are
say they come as who do you have to blame? Whom are you blaming, me or the leaders that Africa has produced over the years, over the decades since independence? Majority of African nations started getting their independence in the 50s and 60s. I expected, I haven't had your independence. They should, as a point of necessity, have been able to understand how these European countries developed themselves. They looked at their inner strength in terms of natural resources and human resources and developed on that area, and even came to poach on African citizens who are interested to work in their farms and plantations. And that is what happened. You see, when you look at, this is a very, 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 very important discourse this morning, because United States of Africa is one. It is not the first time it's been talked about. It's been talked about in the last 2 decades. And it always died at the policy level because of a lot of, we are refusing to unite. And there's no way we can grow.
No, they want to be president. Is this stupid?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. They all want to be president. Well, instead of finding a way to find a solution, none of them.
And they are not president, actually. You know what? They are not president. They are not president. There's no president in Africa. Tinubu is not a president. He cannot talk when other people are talking. You know, they will invite them when the G7 meeting are holding meeting. They'll take picture with them. When they are having the real meeting, they are not there.
They have nothing to talk about. If we had a United States of Africa, of course, there will be a representative.
They want that person where? When you have the United States of Africa, you have one army.
And we have entourage.
One army. Only one army, my guy. It will be like, Donald Trump moving. Our president will be like Donald Trump moving, because we are one president, one Africa.
And you know, we will become far more important than Europe, because we have more natural resources than Europe.
Exactly.
We have more human resources than Europe.
Guess what?
We will become
our children will come home.
And we will notice that the United States of America, for example, will fear and respect the United States of Africa more than they respect.
There's nobody that will not respect it. Because you know what?
Because we are a force.
Our brothers abroad, our brother in America, imagine 44 million black people in America. If only 50% come home, imagine the descent.
And they would like to come home. Now we need to dedicate. It's a very good postulation, but we need to look out. Why is the visibility? Why has it not been? Done? What is limiting us from deciding to come together? There are salient factors.
Let me give you some historical
background.
Let me give you some historical background. Kwame Nkrumah won them. In those days, that's why Kwame is the only man we talk about in Africa. He was telling them that let us unite today. The capital of the continent, of the country called Africa, should be in Kinshasa, because that was the Central African Republic. He was crying for it because he said, once we get used to being president, it's going to be difficult to unite. Guess what? All we do is we shoot in ourselves. All we hear is tribal wars, conflicts, wars, where they cannot feed, though, because they refuse to come together. You know why? Because, of course, your enemy don't want you to unite. It's not as if Africa, because there's still big divide now. Oh, we are French Africans. We are English Africans. From where? Yes. Only in Africa you hear that rubbish. Because you were colonized, you couldn't come back out of your colony, out of that mentality. You still speak English. We are speaking English here today. The rest are speaking French. If you go to the African Union in Addis Ababa, that is the division. There's the French side and the English side. Big problem. But that is not even my pain today. The leadership would have come from Nigeria. Nigeria is supposed to unite, begin to grow themselves, and begin to invite their brothers. But we are the biggest shame. That's why I'm discussing this, and I'm sending this message to the African leaders. You can imagine, most of them stealing this money now. You know what is so sad? We still steal money and bring it here. I don't blame these guys for hosting you, because they don't have a choice. But if you bring your money, will they drive you away with the money?
No.
Did they ask you to send your child to come and study here? Are you telling me there can be no good school in Nigeria, in Africa as a whole? There's no good school for us to train our children. Mona explained that one to me first. So the whole of Africa, we don't have enough human beings to train ourselves to be able to deal with what we need in Africa. You come here and I studied law in England. I was studying the law of England. I wasn't studying the law of Nigeria. Do you understand, engineer? The first thing I did was the English legal system, the law of England. Public law in relation to the English law, not the Nigerian law. Whatever you come to study here, the kind of, in fact, if I won't come to study mechanical engineering here now, is the kind of vehicles they have here I will be looking at. Guess what? If I study mobile phone, we don't have techno here. Let me just give you one instance. We don't have techno. Techno is not in the UK. So if you come to study electronics engineering here, you don't have opportunity to study techno. You study it from Nigeria, but you're here. You're a fool. You're a big fool. Oh, I have a degree in law now. I am an international law of international standard. When I talk, everybody will begin to listen. Are you not foolish? How does my law I study here relate to the one you have there? I am a part of it now and I'm talking. I've been through it and I'm talking. You know what's so painful? When you listen to what Bob Marley said here, he said, Africa, please unite because your children want to come home. Mary, if we just come together, we don't have shortage of anything because your brothers will want to come home. They have a home to come to. Not this home where they are fighting themselves. Where you see fools stealing the same money, bringing it here, sending your children out, taking yourself for medical treatment. There is no value. That's why I intentionally brought that big topic. Was Jesus Christ a black man? Yes, he was a black man.
Okay, you know, this United States of Africa is a good thing that will help us all. But let's take a look at some of the factors that will hinder this union. If we let's look at economic disparities. You know, there are some nations that are actually doing well, that are richer when we talk of natural resources than others. So I feel they fear that it will be a burden to carry other poor nations, like other poor nations' burden on them. It will be a huge burden because country like Nigeria, we are blessed. We have all the resources, natural resources. We are blessed. Look at South Africa, they are blessed. Yeah. Angola, we are blessed. So there are countries that are blessed, and there are countries that are so poor.
Evelyn, let me ask you, and you think the biggest thing in Africa is oil? Big mistake. Let me let you know, California generates 1/4 of American economy from movies. It's not natural resources, it's human resources. The highest film made in the world, where the money is going, it goes to California. That is Hollywood. It's in California. They don't make the money from one thing they take from ground. Texas have oil. Every country, United States, is blessed with different things. We all need to wake up and get what we want. We know gold is in Ghana. So if you think Ghana have gold, they don't have it. They don't have more than Nigeria. Maybe there's even more gold in Cotonou that you have not even discovered. Togo is blessed. There is no African nation that is not blessed. That's why when they came, they were living in Ivory Coast. They were feeling they can see ivory there. Gold Coast, they see gold there. Nigeria, I don't know what they saw there. You understand? There's so much, my daughter. There is no single part of Africa that is not blessed. And guess what? Like I always say to you, that country called Congo, that is so destroyed with war, is the most blessed land in the world. And it's in the center of Africa. We don't even know what is there, Mary. We don't know what is there. I understand. And if question I ask you, Evelyn, if you are saying so, that they're going to come and take it, other countries will come and see a burden. The burden now is Chinese people coming to take our women. They don't impregnate our girls. So Chinese now that they come, now that they take over. Because now then they farm our land now. Now that they do our mining. So Ghana man not gonna do mining for your place, now Chinese man now you want. Clap for yourself. If Ghana man are burden for you, now Chinese man not be burden for you. Don't go help us. You know what is so painful? That thing that China is coming to do. Your brother is America, they have the knowledge, they have the capability, they have the expertise. They will come and do it for us. And we just unite. This is so sad. What we talk about today is so sad. And you know why it is so sad? Some people within Nigeria are still fighting to go away. Some want to be Biafran, of course. Some want to be Oduduwa. Mary, can you hear me?
That's another factor.
Stress. And
another factor that we hinder. Yes, another factor that we hinder.
If you don't hinder it, they will be quiet.
You know the whites.
You know what?
The whites.
You know what they are talking.
See their fellow whites.
No,
they know that okay, this is one of
no,
us.
they have the chance to
when
talk.
they see their
because
fellow whites, they know
program.
this is one of us.
No,
But with the blacks,
they are
cultural
only talking
difference,
because
ethnic
they
difference.
they have a chance. If they come on the international stage, they are quiet. I tell you, if all those people are agitating, if they come out of Nigeria, they're quiet. The Jama, they are shut up. They don't open their dirty mouth. I can tell you, I can assure you that none of them there. Even your president don't talk open his mouth anymore when he gets out of the country. Who is he? So make we leave Nigeria. Now what can I tell my family one time? Oh yeah, make we leave my family, more go talk for us. Whether if you talk. Not because they fight this house. Come out, go fight. We are only making this one because Nigeria knows it's something that be Igbo. Some people that be Yoruba. Some people that be Hausa. Come out. Come and prove say you be Hausa man. Come and prove say you be Yoruba man. Come out. Not be saying Nigeria they be Yoruba. You see, you know why this is so sad. I hear what you're saying, my daughter. But you know what? That's not a problem at all. Not be this eye. Everybody want to join America because they growing themselves. Europe, as we speak now, wait till they cause the war when they Europe. So the Ukraine won't join the European Union. What it means? They wanted to join the United States of Europe. Russia is jealous. You can't join them because Russia have a union called the Soviet Union in those days. One of the strongest unions in the world. It's been broken. Now Europe, they come together. Europe, they're the best. Now Africa has never one day think beyond that they're stupid food when they don't know. That I want to be president. President, I listen to your presidency. Oh God, man. You know what? And if we're gonna come out of this, Nigeria need to show the leadership. Let me talk. Lumumba said it. He said, if we're going to come out from this, Nigeria must provide leadership. And you see, Nelson Mandela said the world will not respect Africa until Nigeria earn that respect. The black people of the world need Nigeria to be great as a source of pride and confidence. But Mali is saying, please unite, we want to come home. Hey, that is a cry. Then our children, they cry, we won't come home. We don't have a home. Do you understand that, people? That people don't have a home. They want to come home. But where are they going? To Nigeria, where they kidnap people. Look at the level of crime, kidnapping. When we talk first, make we see the kind petty thing we they talk about for Nigeria. They say kidnapping by some headsmen. Look at the level. It's too cheap. The level is too low. There's some discussion I don't want to discuss. Is it a kidnapper? What do they talk? It's the lowest level of crime. I've never seen anything like that. And it's not a challenge. Wait, we don't get food to eat for that land. Is that something we should be talking of in Africa? But because we are separated. Oh God. Do you know that it takes Ethiopia He had to take other people from Saudi to come and help Ethiopia to get food. Now Ethiopia is making money from export. They're making about 2 billion from export of food. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to be an African right now. And it's sad. It's not something to be proud of.
Very, very, very unfortunate. We're faced with a situation that does not really help.
We need to, you see, when I was putting this slide together.
Look at, yeah.
Go on, engineer.
Now look at what is happening now. If it's confirmed to be true, our Senate president has been assumed that it's in the London hospital presently in a bad state. If the higher educational institutions were working very well, do they need to go on this medical pilgrimage with 5 members of the state Federal Executive Council going to visit him over the weekend? You see, these are things that, and when you look at African leaders, when you look at African leaders, they have a common objective towards aspiring for power, is to sit tight. They are not looking at how to emancipate the African continent from the shackles of neo-colonialism and economic colonialism. I know now, that's what I'm saying. That's why
you get what I like the cup for beer for Cameroon. That one the piece for body.
Still there. Secondary school now, I tell they do. Now we wrote about him when we were writing common entrance. So they is still there and he still wants to run. Why are we
piece for body? It piece for body. You get one when they were got the roll back. That one, they were kind of go the roll back.
Even as practices.
You understand? Now, president,
it's very unfortunate. They try to sell ethnic vibe to the people, religious vibe, to create beasts out of their citizens, create religious bigots and ethnic bigots everywhere. They use them as pawns on their political chessboard instead of sitting down to think. Like you said, ECOWAS is all but dead. And if you see the secretariat in Abuja, I don't even know what to do there. AAU, Addis Ababa, the African Union rather, the Organization of African Unity, all these are just conduit pipes for sit-tight leaders to use to still extort the economy of their country to their own advantage. So I'm really pained because where America is today and where the European Union is going, they will continue to enslave us until we unite. Thank
you. We will remain slaves. You know what they did? The Europeans came together one time and they said they are going to get their own share of the African cake. They sat in Berlin and they divided Africa. They give English people their own side. That's why we were colonized. Now people they speak English. They give some to the French. They give German, Italy take. Everybody get their own share of the African cake. It's called the Magnificent African Cake. We were shared among the Europeans to rule and exploit. And we are fighting. And today, what did they give to us? They gave us religion. Because now Arab people first come. Now they first bring Islam, come. Call Islamitize us first. We don't become Islamic people. Then Christianity come take a whole set. Today now we dey fight between who be Christian and who be Muslim.
The people that brought us Christianity are not even fighting over it.
The people that bring Islam today, they're not fighting. Look at them, they're living in peace. Go to start, they're living in peace.
They're not building big churches. They're not giving God. They're not praying to God to solve their problems.
They don't disturb God on Sunday. They are not disturbing God on Sunday.
They go to church, but then they are not using religion as a leverage. They are walking the walk. You don't pray without action. Your prayer becomes prayerless.
I did say now, those Muslims now from Mecca, for that side now, God they give them food. If they don't have their own economy, they put food on their table.
At the case, 1992, Dubai was a desert. UAE was a desert. And look at 1992, Nigeria was already far in existence. What have we done with our oil? Look at what UAE is doing with their oil wealth. Look how they have transformed the region to a tourist destination for the whole world. Africans our men go there and buy houses, buy hotels, build lounges. What is wrong with us, indigenous development?
Yes.
Why are we retrogressive? Why are we retrogressive in our thoughts line? That is the question we're asking.
Yes.
Why are we aligning in mediocres be in positions of leadership. People that lack content, that cannot even communicate.
It's the whole of Africa. It's the whole of Africa, engineer. It's the whole of Africa.
Yes, I'm talking of the whole of Africa right now. I'm not talking restricted to Nigeria.
Because, and you know the funniest thing, you know why this is so sad? The strength God gave to the black man or the Africans is not anywhere. Neri, Mokuna, they look first. When I don't see who do 100-meter race, they either not, you know, they carry the best among us, go to America. Now them, now either Jamaica or America, now then they produce them. These are black people, African. What do you want from God where God not give you now? That's why I say on Sunday when they go to stop the man until they pay me. If I feel dead, they slap now. Back, get out. Go and cook your food, get out. If I dare church, if I dare God go put me for one place now. After they come in the morning, go and cook, go and cook for the children. Because they're not cook for the children.
God will not put you because we are not disturbing God. It's your own perception that are disturbing God.
You see that?
Unfortunately, we are not. That's how you see
it. Hard. You know, maybe
I
not blame you. You can never understand where I'm coming from. I not blame you. Because if you know what God don't give you when you go disturb and so, He don't give the rest people. Where did God put for that Nigeria, that Africa? He not give her. If God deposit 10% of what He drop for Africa for Europe, therefore not they call your side. Therefore they independent. If they deposit 10% of what they deposit for Africa for here. A place where they say rain not they fall. We know they wait for rain to water our plant to. All our food we they eat here. Now when they put the water, now we know when to put the water, when not the water not go there. Because we know say God not give us that water, we will not get that sign. Water they kill una for them. God when He give una water, not use that. You say you know they disturb God, now me they disturb Him. If now you marry, get children, you can't give the one when you give more. Now when they worry you every Sunday, say, hey, Baba, give me food. Baba, I they cry. Baba, I not feed myself. Baba, I want marry. Marry self. Now God will still give you wife. You got to give your husband. You be a pa. Wait for God, let God give you your wife. Because now He give you the thing when you want to do. If you give you wife, finish, make it for night, call and make it.
Is the only complaint that take people to church? Is the only complaint that take people to church?
They carry go church.
Thanksgiving, okay, we go thank God. Thanksgiving. Thank God.
All Thanksgiving now for pastor to chop. This is when
the church of what I give. You think when I give pastor
once in the year before. Me, I go to stop now. My time go up in 1 minute. Now Thanksgiving, now what will they do once in every Sunday before? Once in every year. Now once will they do Thanksgiving? They call it harvest. That time we go harvest something we cook. We can go church. Maybe we do a bazaar. We go eat. Then only once a year. Today now every day Thanksgiving. The pastor take hold himself. In fact, other pastors now God will answer now because
now you always just finding fault. You always finding fault. If you don't say we are disturbing God, now we say we are thanking Him. You have changed it that His pastors. You're always looking for fault when it has to do with church and the people.
Now, who teach you? Who teach you Thanksgiving? Who teach you Thanksgiving?
All these things you are saying is influencing people. Whether they affect me to go church, come they weak me every Sunday.
I'm not saying you don't go church. Okay, make us stop.
It's not enough reason not to go to church.
Okay, make us stop. You know, no, the truth is, I don't see anything. If you go church now, wise thing you do because Jesus Christ now your brother. I never preach here. So you cannot say Christianity is not your religion, it's your own. You they follow Christ, not be Christianity. If you follow Christ, Christ your brother now you're not about him. But how you they follow him? Now they ask you to. I don't come here tell you say the same Jesus Christ when tell you say not be someone like you. So now about you to follow your own person. They take and they claim and come they sell them for you again. The way they come take our oil, they sell it to us, Mary the best for me. Let's go. That's the end of my time. My time is 45 minutes, I'm off. We're gonna go to the next segment of the show, which is the newspaper review. Let's go on a quick break because people the best for me for this show. When we come back, we'll go take a look at the newspaper. Don't go away, we'll stay with us.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-7082-7331.
All right. Well, welcome to the second segment of the show, which is our newspaper review. We try to follow time because many times we come on this show, we don't really have time to look at the Nigerian dailies. So we said it should be segmented. You know, my topic is always hot, so we'll stop the fight now. Let's take a look at what is happening within the Nigerian states. Because Nigeria is going to be one state in Africa. So let's look at what is happening in one state in Africa, Nigeria.
Okay, we have the Punch, the big story. You have a state hit by 68% spike in foreign debt payments. And the writer says debt servicing threatens state fiscal stability. And Lagos, Rivers, others spent 235 billion naira.
Let us say now they. No
false data states. This is the big story. What the big story is talking about.
So because when you go and borrow, they ask you to pay. Go on.
Now the please leave River State now.
Now data ask you, don't be River.
Leave Delta State, sorry.
Delta not borrow. Delta doesn't borrow now in this region. They are not borrowing. That the case.
The governor don't tell you say no
They
dey
don't
borrow
pay
money.
the one to borrow. They don't pay the one to go and borrow finish.
We are paying and we're not borrowing again.
Okay, that's good.
Now the Chris, the governor Sharif said this clearly on the media that he has been working and he has not borrowed. Is that what he said? Are you thinking he's going to change?
In achievement, say no borrow, because the rest they borrow. Maybe wait first. All these people when they here say, "My Yahoo boys with that one."
But is it not an achievement? Say you know they borrow.
Maybe not achievement for not borrowing.
If you borrow, you go complain. Say Delta State is too rich for them to
borrow.
borrow.
They do better thing, Mary. Borrow, they do better thing. I know some men they not borrow. Borrow, they get a refinery. Borrow, they build factories. Borrow, they get farm so that you get what they say. How you say you not go borrow? Who say you not borrow? Now come on, when you borrow, they build secretary and I be mumu. Borrow na good thing. Maybe they look for loan to grow SRTV. Loan is good. But what are you using it for? The question I ask, who be these fine boys here when they here? So,
Daddy Chris, you know I'm borrow now. You know I'm borrow
now. You now ask me question. Say you not go say you not borrow. Now I defend myself. I said to borrow not be bad thing. Now what you take the money do now is the problem. Who go see money when not go borrow? It's what you use the money for. If I borrow money now, I can't go marry Mary. Not be. I'm not take the feeder.
I know how many they borrow money come marry me. I know how many they use money they borrow to marry me. I know what.
So I will go see the one when the Adeleke family do today. So they not borrow. When they come to that when
no, that one generational wealth now. You don't see governor. They don't see the Adeleke itself. This one generational wealth. Nothing they stop them.
Where are they talk? Mary, all these people when they day for this paper, this punch show, all these fine boys, who they be?
These things are internet Ogun State. This one are Ogun State own. Every state get their own. Abuja self get. Ogun State internet from
Ogun State no get things when they government. They don't line up the things when they government for here. That question when I ask you. When I see the picture, I say, so when I say parade all these young men. So
the thieves okay, let me answer you. Made this case move. The thieves in government are in control of the people that are supposed to line them up. So how you want people? You just be like say you get gate man now. See as our security man for here day. Now the security man will come line us, me and Evelyn up. It not work now. So
Now we
it's
can't line,
just
but they line the security man at thief. God they help. And now they go church. So on Sunday now go church. When I say now they disturb God, I say na lie. Another example of disturbing God. You go don't do it for finish. They go church. They go clap. Hallelujah, Jesus conquer the world. He not conquer the world for you. Go on. No,
We have a story on the but the quiz matter the time is sometimes. I don't even know what to say. We have
I make my comment though. Now engineer correct me. I say good. When I only
And
you
Chris,
to stay quiet.
still on the punch, there's a story there that says Rivers local government poll umpire under fire amidst ADC APC attacks. Now let's see the story here. The African Democratic Congress, which is ADC, has said it will not take part in the local government election slated for August 30th, 2025, describing the build-up to the poll as a charade. Also, the party said that the administrator appointed to oversee the affairs of the state lacked the constitutional authority to conduct any election for the Rivers people. This comes as Rotimi Ahmed faction of the All Progressive Congress in the state accused the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission (INEC) of creating its own rules. The faction said the Electoral Commission has not contacted the Emeka Beke-led party leadership, which is recognized by the courts. And the state publicity secretary of the ADC, Luckyman Igila, speaking at a news briefing in Port Harcourt at the weekend, said the administrator, Vice ADM Ibok Ete Ibas, currently occupied the government house illegally and lacks the constitutional powers to conduct any election. The African Democratic Congress Rivers State Chapter will not be participating in the selection process that is going on in Rivers State because an election is not taking place in Rivers State. Rivers State is presently under martial law. When you are under emergency rule, you want to come and conduct election, but I don't know how. Okay, I think let me stop here. So ADC is beginning to speak
officially
our party, our new party.
ADC, they don't register her because they are able to talk past PDP. They don't register them.
No, they are opposing everything now. They are opposing
But
everything.
they don't register them. They don't register them. I think they are still in the process of registration. We need to know now if they have been officially registered.
No, they've been registered since. They've been a political party. Their presidential candidate the other time was, I think, Benjamin Moses Kashuku or something. Kachuku was presidential candidate. Then they realized that they seem to be factionalized now. They want, you know what APC is doing. APC, they are very intelligent in politicking. They planted moles in all these political parties. Now, ADC has been dormant. They have not been speaking until a certain movement, coalition of former political leaders, and came out with some ADC leaders to restructure ADC and project them as a common front. Then those other dissidents that obviously probably have the columnists, or the moles of APC in them, came out and said, we are the authentic ADC. They're not the ADC has been registered. But APC is playing their game of politics very well, destabilizing APC, PDP, ADC now, Labour Party, in that they have destabilized all the major political parties, weakening their structure so that it will be very difficult for them to even hold their congresses, not to talk of presenting candidates for elective offices. So that's where it is. ADC is registered.
Okay.
We have another UK-based Nigeria jailed 5 years for rape. Still on the punch. UK-based Nigeria. I don't know why we will not just go out and make good names for ourselves. It's always one negative story or the other. I don't know. And
we should ask Daddy K if it's difficult to get a woman that will agree to date you over there in the UK.
Daddy Chris, is it
Why
that
is
women
it that
are
you
so
go and rape somebody? Can't you talk to a woman and let her accept to date you? And then you don't know what you are doing. Why will you go and rape someone? That's all women scarce for UK.
What constitutes a rape in the UK? What constitutes a rape in the UK may not consider rape in Nigeria. Will they rape our wives here? Now they rape our wives in Nigeria.
If they say when they go church, and I no go get time think about that.
But when they rape wife for Nigeria, now when you can rape your wife. So now they ask. So before you know,
most of them when they commit this crime, what will be their problem? And they allow themselves to be set up. How can you be chiking a pedophile? I mean, a small girl. You are a pedophile.
Of course.
If this like go to a club, go to strip clubs. If you are looking for who to sleep with or who to rape, yes. Nigeria is not UK. The laws that don't work in Nigeria.
Yeah, when they go to church, they will not think about raping somebody. They don't go to church. They say it's disturbing of God. That's the mind.
Thank you. Yes, if they go to church, yes. Or if they say if they serve what that the case serves, they won't think of raping somebody. They should go to church or go to that the case church or shrine where it serves its own God. You wouldn't do that. At least your God, you have rules and regulation in where you serve God.
Hey, well, I leave you alone.
I think I'm more concerned about the EFCC arrest of the internet fraudsters in Ogun State. You know that people, young boys, no longer learn skill, no longer learn trade. They don't want to go to school.
They are following their role models.
The high increase of this internet fraud is becoming alarming. Is this still just because of the bad government? Or this is just what they want to do? Do you know that if you check the age of these people, you see that some are even 15, 14 years using big iPhones, buying cars? Is this still because of the bad government? Or we just use it as an excuse to live reckless life? The high rates, if you have, gone are those days when you see a stop like motor pass, where they sell motor pass or machine pass, you see young boys coming to learn the skill. But this is when you go there, you hardly see people who want to learn. Nobody wants to even stress themselves to do it. You are there, you're on your own, you're on your shop, look for how to get a sales boy or so. We don't have people that has this skill anymore that want to go into this. Everybody just want to pick their phone and make money. Some people say me that 30-something years, they'll go and live with one small boy that's already making money. I want to learn Yahoo. I want to learn internet fraud. What kind of youth are we growing these days?
The leaders.
It's not going to be a problem.
That increased age mates have failed us. His colleagues, his comrades.
There is nothing to justify this.
People we have looked up to.
Why would we justify
it? You are the people praising us. If now just tell us what we are doing is wrong, we will change. You are the people praising us. You are the people praising us. And I know maybe they show the money share. And maybe they give the money to. Maybe they know where the money enter. Where they talk through. Now they encourage us.
Which is the truth. If you look at it, I blame you. Like you said, Mary, you said there's no justifiable reason, which is the truth, no doubt. But I think basically now we creating schools, no work, no factories. That Chris made a reference. What stops us borrowing from creating investments for people to work? Create factories. Any factory you create for shift work, we take 5,000 youths away from the streets. At least 5,000 youths away, from the artisans to the forklift driver to the other drivers to the storeroom office. Before you look, you have employed 5,000 people that will work on morning, afternoon, evening shift, and they are generating their own salary and running costs and making profit for government and for the company, the running costs. So
just put any adverts for job vacancy, engineer.
It will be very difficult to use.
How many young men are looking for a job?
Very difficult to use. Someone that invested with money should go and be working. You think they will?
We grew up. Is that the case? No, I want to disagree with that. Why marginal? Because I grew up in Warri when oil companies were oil companies. We had oil servicing companies. Let me tell you, people understand. The major oil companies like Shell, Chevron, Mobil, and those ones, their engineers are more like supervisors in rig sites and float stations. I've been privileged to work in those places. Now, what happens? I'm coming as an engineer from Shell now. The people that really did the work are the oil servicing engineers and all that, from Alibotin, from Schlumberger, those smaller companies. Now, an underwater welder goes home with about 400, 500,000. Then the minimum of 300,000. Then I'm talking of like 20 something years ago, 15 years ago. Then underwater, and it's just 2 weeks. You work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. You go with almost 500K. What thing you want to go do Yahoo for? And when you're going, you carry enough provisions, enough things. You go fat, go. You not go lean, go. What you want to do Yahoo for? Other company engineers are taking the same. The system was working. So it's about the remuneration. Look, most of the way you say they do Yahoo, ritual they do. Besides that, most of them say they go to a case, they go to any of the rivers around there. You go see them, they go do sacrifice for water, saying that water give them the sacrifice that they won't do in church. That you never talk of this one. They will go give water, cow, goats.
I joke.
Then
Why the some way they go church and increase A1. The some way they go church.
Meanwhile, you will put time for this one. People when they do pagan worship, they tackle the way that they do sacrifice. So why you never ask, say which kind, say why they not come walk the walk, say that they do sacrifice, may God open their way. For Yahoo, they kill our girls, say they do sacrifice, they kill our boys, they do brother, they kill brother, they use in pennies.
That the kid doesn't believe in ritual.
Engineer,
doesn't believe in ritual.
Nothing like ritual.
Based on not you are married. Somebody come on this show say, he agree with it and put it and put it up. Mary, not be interview that Pikin that day. That Pikin can't tell you whether they take the body when the people when they kill it. That small child, you said I confess. They don't use this body for rituals. Maybe that they sell body parts. Let's understand the difference. Anyway, you see, all this one when they talk say all these 419, I see better 419 see they. How many food see they the internet? The money where they collect for the internet finish, they finish. Where the money
they not before that. Now marriage scam, all of them they do. Look, marriage scam, nobody. They are not right
contributing to society. They are contributing.
Yes, they do marriage scam. They pretend to be identity.
Maybe people that are working to feel like they're not doing enough. I think there was a man. The vehicle I entered, I think on Saturday when I was going to my family house. The man was talking about he does a normal job, maybe an engineer or so. He said before in the area where they were living, he was just with the driver, and he said a house of 500,000, I think 2 bedroom, maybe 1 bedroom. That now they're not putting it for 1.6 million. That these small boys have spoiled everything, no? Because anywhere they go, any amounts you come for them, they pay. That these young boys have spoiled everything. Now to even see a cheap house in that their area is a problem. But talking about some, you was even complaining about one that bought a car for the father. The father refused to collect. Bought new chairs, changed the chairs in the house. The man said you should take the chairs out of the house. Now he cannot sit on that chair. A 15-year-old boy. Meanwhile, what did he do? He now went and rented a new apartment for his mother. Since the dad refused to take the chair, the mom now accepted and went to live there. You understand? They are spreading her, they are giving her money. You understand? Yes, she cannot walk well though. She cannot walk well. She's having leg problem.
I think
like contributing negatively to the society. We are not seeing that part. We just feel that they are making money because the economy is not good. We have bad government. No, bad government should not be a reason for this.
Let's understand this. Some of these crimes are bound to exist right now. They are not because Nigerian kids choose to even commit crime alone. Because there's a more broader market for the Nigerian child. I don't know how to explain this better. When I was growing up, there was no internet. So I didn't have the chance to even send message to people abroad. Now, the internet is one global village now, which you can use to grow your economy. Engineer made an instance just now, how a child will go to work, an engineer will go to work and come back with that good amount of money. Because that was the opportunity there. Now, it's another opportunity now. Maybe I can tell you some young Nigerians have grown their fortune using the online. Some people have even grown only Facebook to become millionaires. You understand? YouTube have made people millionaires. So it is not the crime they are it's just the few ones that are now choose to do the lazy part of it. If not, what I want to say to the Nigerian child, which I still want to come and talk about the young people one day, is the opportunity now ahead of you. Anything, maybe if you create a brand today, it's worldwide. It's not only in Nigeria. You understand? And that is the challenge that Africa need to wake up to, that we're not even strong enough to face Africa, not to think of the world. If you play music today, you put it online, it's the whole world that's going to listen to your music. In those days, now only one radio go get them. It will take you a lot for your music to go outside. Today, there's a big chance. That's why you see Nigeria, then Burna Boy is spreading. In those days, they're not going to play Burna Boy music for America. The only people that were able to go on tour was Fela. You understand? And it was war. Fela struggled. He had to go to America, came back before he could even get international recognition. So, but today, Mary, it's a big market. The fraud that they go doing now, it's not as if it's only Nigerian people doing it. This identity fraud. Oh, I want to marry you. This and that. They fake themselves, put something on social, on this their dating site, and they do some rubbish there. It's not only Nigerian thing. But anything that gets to Nigeria because of our population and our lawlessness, the society is so lawless that everybody can do anything. That's why kidnapping is flourishing in Nigeria. What is
at the price Nigerians are paying in Ghana? Legit businessmen of Nigerian origin, at the price they are paying in Ghana, Nigerian businesses have been looted because of the few miscreants who decided to be lazy. Industrials. We have a lot of industrial Nigerians in Ghana. They are paying the price for. That's where I have an issue. That's why I have. If not,
it should be an issue for everyone. It should be an issue for everyone. But you know what the truth is? This can be curbed easily. You curb this situation with serious penalties and providing opportunities. In fact, that's what Tasha did here. When they were misbehaving, they said put them in prison. You understand? You lock you up. If you misbehave, and if you behave well, there's a chance for you. There's a job for you. There should be that two opening. There should be motivation and sanctions in a society. The motivation is lacking. The sanction is lacking. So what do you expect? They don't. Meaning, if you commit crime in Nigeria, you get away with it. No sanction. And if you ever want to do well, there's no motivation, no job for you. Mary, there's only one part crime. Do you hear what I say? No motivation, no sanction.
Exactly.
So, because you're not punished for what you do wrong. And you're not motivated for doing the right thing.
You see, that's where that increase. That is where bad role models taking us to. Just yesterday again, if you see what I just said, see what bad role models. Some people are bad role models. What Kwan did on the tarmac? A lady now has slapped a air hostess, an air hostess in the plane. Check out this. I don't know if we can put it in the plane. I don't know what the altercation, because I just saw it now as we're going. It happened yesterday. And this thing happened just less than a week after World War I, because people are not held accountable for anomalies. Both passengers, everybody has a moral obligation to keep to rules and regulations, no matter your status in the society, no matter who you are in the society. When you travel to senior clients, you obey their rules and regulations. In that plane, the air hostess have control over so many things about you, your safety, not talk of the pilot. But Nigerians are very egocentric. We seem to want to always disrespect authority. And the next thing, you see them on the call, I will tell you, who are you? Do you know who I am? Who you be? You be John the Baptist, they will serve your head for plate. What thing they do? Nigerians are too full of impunity. So we need to start nipping these things in the bud. We have citizen problems, we have leadership problems. All of us are culpable. All of us. So unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move to go on, Mary. If we because we'll soon be moving to the next segment of the show, the trending news. But let us follow up on your review a little bit. It's like we're dragging you behind. Yeah.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I thought you can hear me. I said we are dragging you behind. We are going to leave your segment soon. Newspaper review. Do you have any more to review with us? Because we're going to go.
Yes. Right. Okay, I think we still have like one headline to touch in the Punch before we move to the next one.
Go ahead.
Okay, we have India buys Nigerian crude as Dangote imports US oil. On page 20. Flood crisis. Federal government predicts more devastations in 15 states. On page 7. Please, though, I want to ask, these information they are giving about a flood crisis, talking about flood that it's going to affect some states. I want to know, is there anything like a provision for these people? Because it's expected that they leave their houses, they leave their residence to another place.
Yes, each of the
All of them
states.
will be rich. What are they supposed to do right now?
States have,
it's good they're saying it
each of
so
the
before
states-
things get bad. But what's the fate of this
it's
people?
not a good. The government, the NIMET has said it a long time. It's still saying it since late February, late January and early February. They they gave the forecast that it's going to be a very rainy year. And if you look at it, even right now inside the studio, it's raining heavily outside. So the government has been proactive. All the 36 states have state emergency management agencies to carry out punitive measures. They are going to be relocated to higher grounds for churches and schools. That's where they are being housed right now. They call them the IDP camps. And government there's a special intervention fund for all this. But the issue I have is the administrative bureaucracy, because most of them that are in this government state emergency management agencies seem to circumvent some of these things, the finances, the foods, and all that. So there needs to be an eye on the distribution process, on the facilitation, evaluation of true IDP inhabitants. So government is doing that. Last week in Asaba, the Camp 74, where we have over 2,000 fish farms. The owners of those fish farms lost all their fishes to the Anwai River, and some were moving on the streets. People were killing other people's fishes, but you cannot restrict them at that time. It was like a riot. They were killing fishes and all that because probably they didn't know it. They were not proactive, and these signs have been. Nigerians have a fundamental problem. You have been warning, they keep telling you, warning you, until you see the danger, we don't want to leave. And that is why these guys in Kyoto's lost over 2,000 fish farms. They lost everything, from small fish to big fish. Those that were into breeding and all that. They lost all those fishes to the water and to the streets, and people were picking them. So moving forward, the IDP camps are already there. The government has not been late in ringing the alarm bell, because they have been saying it since February. So it is left for you. Nigerians are very, very retrogressive in reacting to things like this. So
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not going to blame the government if anything happens to anybody, because I've been saying it. And this one, they are saying 15 states: Delta, Kogi, Benue, Anambra, Lagos, you name it, 15 states, and most of them are in the south. Finally, it's going to be close to 32 states, even in northern states, Adamawa, Niger. These states are all prone to Kaduna. And when they open the dam, in Niger Republic, open the dam in Nigeria, we are going to see more flooding. So people should prepare. That is just it.
This is scary already. It's already scary, engineer.
Yeah,
But it's the truth. We are always running from the truth. People will not hear, I will run.
Anyway, what it is, Mary, if you're gonna review any further one, the flood is a shame, and
My time is up. But some people want me to.
yes, no, I agree with you, Mary. No, we're gonna go move to the second segment of the show, which is the trending news. What is really worrying me is the situation, the way we handle things like this. We look for excuses. No, the bottom line is people are suffering because of water. This is something we know what's going to come. A little drainage might solve the problem. It's time for us to find a way for where the water to flow out, and even keep a reservoir where the water can be put to good use, Mary. How can water be a problem? Water be our problem.
Maybe it's too much for us.
Abi?
They should share some water to UK, US, China,
It is flooding.
Russia.
That increased. There
Give them some water.
was
We
flooding
have
in
a lot. It's too
Mary,
much.
Daddy, I stand to differ on this. Flood is a global problem. There was flooding in UK. There was flooding in some parts of Asia. Flood is a natural disaster. So it's not restricted to bad governance. It's not restricted to anything. America, this year, there was serious flooding in some cities. So I think we should look at it from that. Even in Europe, some cities experienced flooding.
Engineer, let me say this.
Please do.
The flooding you see in America may be because of the hurricane or something unexpected. Yeah, by the seaside here, the people have been asked to relocate from there in the UK. They refuse to move. That's where you see. That's why, and if you go to build a house there, they tell you your insurance will be higher. So these are unknown facts. All right, but Nigeria own, it's like our own can actually be solved. Our own is minor rain that is dropping, that is killing us. Minor rain, it can be solved. Our own can be solved. If this is the kind of challenge they have in Europe, they won't have the challenge. You know, not get hurricane once.
And you say you don't see rain in Europe.
I don't see hurricane. Which rain they fall for Nigeria when I not complain? Which rain?
Now hunger want to control and talk to our leaders. Now hunger. Look at storm drainage that they
say a natural thing. It's not the same.
It happens everywhere.
People they talk about hurricane, they talk about T-shirt. I mean, Emily, let's go to the second segment of the show. We are with you. You know what you got T-shirt? He said, he got one guy when I go my place, he said, go give me the thing. When I blow person, the person go fall. I said, shoot. I said, me now, go see the blow person, the person go fall. People they use my see God, they shoot people, they say, look, I take the T-shirt before. You know what I'm saying? So I said, today, I want to give Mary your T-shirt, make they blow people, make people they fall for church. Mary, now that one you need to use. Honestly, when they fall now for church, show, maybe now T-shirt now that they use. When they touch the person before. You know what's T-shirt they on my village, just give you a T-shirt.
It doesn't work on some people.
And Chris, let me know when you speak your language first. Tell us what you mean. Since that talk, let me English talk.
On T-shirt, we say, when I hit you, you fall. Maybe your T-shirt, you understand? I hit you fall. On T-shirt, you go fall. T-shirt, you go fall.
And you don't sabi this one, no.
No, you know
where I not go sabi T-shirt. What if I did they fight for small ticket?
But what the funny to say, now forget say pastor they use that thing they four people for church.
And Chris, leave pastor. Leave pastor. Pastor
do you like?
Leave my pastors alone, please. Let's move on to the trending news.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Yeah, we've been talking about Nigeria, the troubles in Nigeria, the burden, ups and downs, and it saddens my heart so much. So I want us to start with something of joy. Let's look into the wedding of Davido and Chioma. I want to wish them congratulations. I don't know if we have the video right there. Let's leave Nigeria matter, leave Nigeria and go to Miami. Go to Miami where Davido fulfilled this promise. He said, assurance, I'll give my
Miami is catching fire. Miami is catching fire.
Yeah, so, and I'm celebrating with them because she's my namesake. Chioma, we're always blessed.
Hallelujah. I'm Davido.
We are blessed. So
Rude boy of P Square just tweeted this morning. He said, there's a difference between who you be and who your papa be. Don't let them pressure you. Please, no suffer that innocent man. Because everybody's now the pressure of the kind of how expensive that wedding is. Aliko Dangote, Bukola Saraki, Adelekes, all these billionaires. In fact, it's a wedding for billionaires. Billionaires done. Don't go pressure your innocent man, no. Because you don't get to carry you go Miami, go do wedding.
I see you
just an advice, though.
They were all present, and you see that Kia has been talking about polygamy. No matter how many wives you marry, there is one special one in your heart. With all the baby mamas at the end, he fulfilled it. There's one special one you always end up with.
But
a man that marries get married or marry 6 wives. If they tell us, say, let's go of 5, you can only have 1. If we choose one particular one, there is always one in the heart of a man that you can't erase. I want to celebrate Davido. I want to celebrate Chioma. It's a talk on social media now. It's a big wedding.
It's not ending there.
Yes. That's why I say it's a big talk on social media now.
We try this week is still the wedding. Just be feeding your eyes.
Davido did not marry all of them. Now one he pick.
Why are you emphasizing that to Daddy K? Why are you emphasizing Daddy K?
Daddy K
now one he pay for
marry all of them.
You marry all of them. Polygamy. Now one he pay for your head.
Now one he pick. You see
how money made them marry plenty. He has a lot of money, excess of it.
Yes,
but you pick one.
Yes. Not that he cannot afford it to have.
And one they give peace of mind. Not be 30, they give peace of mind. Not be 20 wives.
Daddy Chris warn you.
I hear them. I hear the way they talk. When we tell you.
Yes.
I mean,
Don't
it's a
make me
good
fall
thing.
in
It's a
love.
good thing to.
Yeah.
You know why this is so good?
Hey,
You know,
the
to
music
see
for your
Africa
stuff, oh, man,
celebrating.
France.
You understand? To see us celebrating in New York, in America, in this beautiful fashion, I think is something to be happy about. You know, because
Yes.
we are always known for all the bad things in the world. Davido has made a difference. I'm happy with this marriage. To be honest, I'm very happy with it because it's one of those things you want to see your people talk about. Let me say this: the success of one is equal to the success of all. You understand? It means they will say, "Una not see those people." When they talk of the Americans, so poor Americans, though, you not see Americans because they are good ones to pinpoint. There's a success to be identified with. You understand? Today they say, "Oh, look at our music." Not be all the music good, but our music, then Burna Boy. You understand? It helps. So anytime we see something good, that's why I talk about the motivation. The motivation should always be there. And that's why when we celebrate Chioma and Davido, it's a very good thing. You understand? To know that these are the kind of things we want to see. Anyway, on a good day, I would have loved to see this wedding in Nigeria. But it's happening in New York now. So what can we do? You understand?
Yes.
I would like to see this happening at home. You know why? You know, the thing is, sometimes, and that is what we see. Then even it's not only between us and New York. Many Igbo people now, they won't do things they will do for Lagos. They don't want to go home. You understand? So it's not because when you don't take care of your own, what will happen? Will be taken away from you. Most of the Igbo wedding today, they go home. So they
I lie you. We Igbos, we don't play with that. We always go
for marriage.
For
marriage. How many marriage I don't see now? Outside.
Any celebration at all. Marriage,
when you go home last,
we are recognized for always going home.
When
I don't agree with that too. I don't know where you taste
when
that.
You go home last. When you go home last.
If you do not go home to pay the bride price,
now let bride price they go pay. When your house for home. Look, go see the Igbo houses where they got they home. The Igbo houses where they got
their homes. They have in their homes as well.
Before
any Igbo man
go Abriba, you go to say you did London. Go Abriba.
Before any Igbo man go build that, we already built for house.
You go to say you did London. Igbo men, some villages are nothing to write to my about. Some you go no say man Igbo men get, but the kind of houses you go on the beg them say why they build this kind of house for village. Not good there, but however, like he said, it's right to some extent because a lot of people now don't want to go because of insecurity. You go and go do showmanship, finish.
Not any security.
Village insecurity now. There's village insecurity. There's physical insecurity.
The fear of village people. I understand that aspect, but we are known for always going home. We always go home to celebrate everything. New Yam Festival, December, we celebrate everything.
You know that one.
Yes.
But supposing I take that one, at least supposing I do that one, the company went for the Southeast today for not there anywhere from Nigeria.
I'm telling you.
You the open mouth, they talk. How many companies there in the Southeast now? They say progress not there Southeast. That's why for the land. You see, you have to. It's just like Nigeria today. They say, "Oh, we not do this kind of big thing for Nigeria." That's why for us. Through your own. In the new dispensation, God does not make a mistake by planting you where you are. It doesn't mean you cannot unite with your brothers. The unification of Africa I'm talking about, I don't say you must abandon your own. Go keep your own. Add to the. You see, when you bring your own and you add it to what is above, then we are bigger. Like I believe, what did I say the other time? I want over 2,000 local governments. So what? The 2,000 local government will be contributing their own to the national cake. That is it. Not only going to take from national cake. So the Igbo land is a land that is so blessed, but being abandoned at the moment. They need to sit at home and solve the problem. Nobody's going to solve it for the Igbo man. Nobody. And everybody's aware. You cannot run to the Yoruba man's land and say that's your home. Have your own. But a day will come, you will know that place is not your home. Like I say, if they borrow you for Lagos, not the better thing. But now Yoruba, they go see for you when you don't die. If you go borrow for it, no, now you want me to speak for you now Yoruba, go there and they're going to speak Yoruba for you. You join ancestors of Yoruba. Go and join your ancestors, man. I only talk my own of people or any other. I want maybe say make I take English, they talk with you, talk, make I interpret that one. I talk because of ancestors. Make you hear with you talk. Because I these people.
Let's go. Next on the trending news we have for today, our very own Rotimi Amechi says, I will end corruption within 1 month.
I'm going to go answer that question.
1 month, give him 1 month.
At times I will look, and they say that guy they drunk sometimes. They talk like who they drunk. You see, most of our leaders, on what moral ground is he coming out to say?
Mary, Mary will go ask.
That brings me to the question: must you be in power to end corruption? Since
you were part of the corruption, you have been looting because I'm not in power now. You see everybody bad. All of them are crazy nicknames. I'm very angry with this statement.
Since you know you need just 1 month to end corruption.
You there, you not be talk wicked, you not be fight, you not be now we now Nigerians won't come deceive with what? You are no more godly. What an annoying in 1 month. You and Buhari there since you know end corruption. Then they give you kickback for Ray when you control go Niger Republic. You didn't end corruption. You were looting with them. You didn't end corruption. You were going to Federal Executive Council when they were looting money, writing padding budget. You didn't end corruption. You were there when the senators they steal money. You didn't end corruption because you are hungry now. You want to end corruption. End it in your go and end it in Rivers State first.
All of a sudden, he has a solution in his hands.
They should get out.
He said 1 month. He's challenging Nigerians that just give him 1 month. The former Minister of Transportation and ex-governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, says if he's elected as president of Nigeria in 2027, it will change the Nigerian constitution and corruption within 1 month. Let me say what he said here, as I quote, if I become president, I will change the constitution from citizenship to citizenship. If I do not end corruption in Nigeria within 1 month, I will tender my resignation.
No need to.
We will give you that chance because we know your record. Now, like, give up that thing.
And he said other things.
Daddy Chris, why are you including me in Amechi's matter? What does me now?
Your boyfriend, even your boyfriend, they fight every time. Now they see the two of them just now when I look at picture. So your boyfriend, they won and say, Amechi, baby,
Mary boyfriend, because he said something about Mary's boyfriend, Wike. He said, I challenge the present FCT minister, Wike, to take a walk along the streets of Port Harcourt, which will reveal who is healthy and who the people actually love.
Evelyn, people are capable of chasing somebody's future husband on this show. Boldly shouting Mary's boyfriend. Who? Hey, what kind of problem is this?
What's he trying to say there, Mary? Is he trying to say that he's more loved than Wike? That Wike should take a walk in the street of Port Harcourt?
They are governors, but they deal with different projects. You see, the truth is that when it comes to education in Rivers State, I think he has more interest in education, developing the education sector of the state. He wants people to be educated. You get, but Wike is more of like road projects, flyovers. That is one of the things he did more in Rivers State, which he actually changed the face of the place as well. So they have two. They work with two different ideas. They don't do the same thing, but the level of the enmity between the both of them is something I cannot comprehend.
I don't know what they are dragging.
The level of enmity between the both of them, it's not like they have interest in same kind of projects. So they are
both interested in presidency. What are you talking about? They are two presidential candidates. They talk.
Did Wike tell you he's going for presidency 2027? Have you seen him put in his interest? Have you seen him?
Wike?
Yes. He's trying to say I can go back for the second time as a minister as a president. No.
American, they defend the husband. Okay, we understand. You know, we I know is going to run for presidency. PDP. PDP is open for him now. At least he don't drive. He don't drive Atiku.
If you say later, I can understand. But if you say now, no. He's still trying to say I can go back as a minister to complete his job in Abuja. The project is doing in Abuja. He didn't tell you he's flying to presidency.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that. Maybe Mary said Wike is not running for presidency. We'll quote Mary when it comes.
He's not. He's not. And there's a big advice from Goodluck Ebele Jonathan that is trying to be, I don't know, trying to show interest for presidency. A lot of people say the legacy you've built, the respect you already have, just keep it. Do whatever you're doing. Don't bother coming out for presidency. It's going to tarnish you. That's the truth.
Yes. Well, I don't know whether Goodluck actually was Goodluck.
He made an accusation that he made an accusation. He further alleged that some influential people in the country visit Central Bank of Nigeria to steal money. I don't know why he didn't mention names. He didn't mention names.
All of them are himself. All of them are thieves. They always make references, name names. So now they fear to the people are ghosts.
Since you know them, that they go there and steal money, why not mention their names? It's better not to speak at all than to come and put us on the fence. I don't know.
I agree
you
with
said
you.
people are going to Central Bank to steal money. Mention their names. Let's go.
He get chance in nine notice. Now he get chance in notice. Not be the same way they control some money when they give to people in the Niger Delta women.
And
not
Chris,
this one.
You see, when we they tell you say our prayers will start to work. I say God say we go pray, we'll set them in confusion, they will start making confessions. That's what at times this respects our prayers too. It's working. They will enter confusion before 2023. They will be like the people building the Tower of Babel. They will go with different tongues. Everybody go they open each other yash. It will happen in this country.
Amen.
Now Mary and they will open their yash. No worry. These two women they will go open their yash for us here. We go see. No one go tell us what this one go tell us what we do. Now go remember me. Every go tell us what happen for the government. And even then, Mary go tell us what happened for FCT. You not go see her. It is that they will go free.
Now, Liquid, don't worry, we will remember you in our paradise.
He's not talking
straight. You in our paradise.
He said the worst INEC chairman in history of Nigeria is Mahmoud Yakubu. He didn't give reasons, but he said he's the worst chairman, INEC chairman. These people, they know what they committed. They know their sins.
And the INEC chairman, when they walk,
they confess. They should confess straight so that we understand.
He not told us again that Labour Party won Rivers State completely. That the result was changed. Since you be deaf and dumb for almost 2 years old.
He didn't speak
out. Tell him make it remain dumb. Tell him make it remain dumb.
It's better to have remained dumb.
Exactly. No how they do it for marriage. If you not talk now, still your mouth. Nigerians, I'm happy you said that. We are going to go towards the last segment of the show. If we can quickly run that with engineer, so that we'll close this show quickly. All right, we've done the mid part. Engineer, what do you have for us?
Yes, I'm looking at the educational sector.
Okay.
During the last week, we had the privilege of having core practitioners in Delta State. When I'm talking of core practitioners here, I'm talking of members of the Joint Consultative Council on Education. Delta State was invariably the host. We had the commissioner, we had the permanent secretaries, ministries of education in the 36 states of the Federation and some key directors. We have the core council of the Joint Council on Education, which is headed by the committee, headed by the Honorable Minister for Education in the person of Alausa, and of course the permanent secretary of the Federal Ministry of Education, Dr. Anita Ebeg Gold, who was here in Asaba to project on policies. The first day was more or less the opening ceremony, and immediately after the opening ceremony, with the exit of His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oboriwori, ably represented by His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Samonde Oyeme, and the 4 permanent secretaries. We have 4 ministries of education in Delta State, the only state. At times, I begin to wonder why. We have the Ministry of Primary Education, we have the Ministry of Secondary Education, we have the Ministry of Technical Education, we have the Ministry of Higher Education, and those 4 ministries have 4 commissioners. Now, those 4 commissioners were part of the body, and of course, the National Council on Education, and we had representatives from the other educational sectors, tertiary education, and all boards of education, states, universal basic education boards were represented there, and so many other core institutions related to the educational sector, and all the higher institutions were represented. And what was the essence? The essence was basically to chart a trajectory for educational growth in Nigeria and improving on the standards of our citadels of learning, and not just the citadels of learning, the standards of teaching, and of course curriculum development and accreditation, amongst so many others. Before that, we actually had a week before this one, we had, as you can see on our screen, we had the training by the minister, the Commissioner for Education, Delta State, in collaboration with the Post-Primary Education Board. They trained teachers in Delta State and management, those in management staff level 15, 16, and 17. And they trained them in so many areas that would improve their teaching condition before we have this policy statement. Now, the issue I have is this. Now, when we're talking about policy in education, the ASU, Academic Staff Union of University, will never be going on strike if they are utilized, like we have discussed on most of our programs, they have utilized the capacity to generate revenue internally. They will not put so much dependence on government subventions. Most higher institutions were able to run independently.
Engineer, is that your discussion, or is that what you discussed? You are giving us a report.
I'm taking you to where we discussed. Now, what did they discuss about? What they have been discussing every year? Policy. At the syndicate session, most of us had to leave because what they were discussing about policy and the regulation of the age of those going to higher institutions to be 18 years. Primary schools should be 11 years. So entering secondary school, they talked about the need for government to increase funding for the educational sector. They talked about increase in remuneration to teachers and, of course, the lecturers in our institutions. They talk of strengthening the Teachers Registration Council to be able to act or work more ethically. They talked on the basic needs for employment in the teaching profession, the need that you must read education, and the minimum qualification for employment in the primary school should be NCE, and to employ as a teacher in primary school. The secondary school should be a degree, and so many other. They reference to what they had discussed last year, and of course to reduce. They talked about funding. Funding was a major discussion, and the needs for the higher institutions to be well funded to carry out research and to research, and of course, so many other sundry. And not one mention was made about the need for them to look at development, that the government should create jobs for the graduates that are churning out in schools. They equally looked at blocking the issue of lecturers and students interfacing in exam or post-exam relationships to gain marks, and they talked about the CBT, the need that Nigeria is not yet ready for the use of CBT in some of its exams, and so many other discussions.
Engineer, all right. What we wanted to get is the entire, meaning the education sector gathered in Asaba to discuss way forward for our education. And what I am struggling to get away is what were their resolutions, because they just come there to talk, eat, because I saw some videos.
The resolutions that what they have discussed and what
I'm not asking you. Take your time. Just tell us what they what is the important takeaway here.
They are not the policy, they are not the final resolutions are going to be taken in up. Those were the policies that were reached. The final resolutions will be taken in Abuja in the joint consultative meeting of the final committee members, where you have the minister, the House Committee on Education will be there, the ministers will be there, the House Committee on Education, House of Representatives Committee on Education. They wouldn't be able to, they were not able to tell us the final resolution. The rapporteurs did not, and the communique did not give us the final resolution the resolutions that were reached at these areas that I said they looked into and took decisions. The final resolution will be discussed in Abuja relating to.
Anyway, let's have their communique. Maybe we might be able to publish it. Thank you very much. Anyway,
I think I will get that.
Yes, we're gonna put an end to this show. We've done what we need to do today. We started this show very hot, and I want us to learn that it's not about fighting at home. There's need to be able to come together and defend ourselves and raise the economy. Somebody raised an issue on the platform. I am very uncomfortable. I'm not sure if you are really an American soldier or not. But okay, he asked a question. The question is why AU ignored the war in Sudan. That is a deep one. I don't think this platform is ready, or they are in a very good position to be able to answer that. But the question I always ask people is, the war in Sudan is so sad, just like every other thing that happened in the world today. The war in Sudan is so. For me, if you understand Sudan might actually be the old Egypt they are talking about. Sudan, if you the kind of civilization that was there, and maybe that is why this war is still there. There's something they are fighting for.
They're fighting for natural resource, lead, sulfur.
No, and I think it's still the primitivity of the black people, because if we had come together as one, there would be no war. What are you fighting about?
That's true.
What are you fighting about? When Africa has come.
Daddy Chris, please, before we go, I'm sure maybe
because you'll be fighting the whole of Africa. We will quench it. We will quench it because we don't have food in Africa. We don't have healthcare. We don't have education, and we are at war. Ask me, what are they fighting for? When I talk now, they will say, "Oh, this one are Igbo man, this one are Yoruba man." It don't make sense. Get up from that place, whether you will know you to be African, to be Yoruba man. The moment you enter plane, leave Nigeria, you are no more Yoruba man. You are a black man. I'm talking because I know what I'm saying. You're not going to remember saying you be Yoruba again. Mary, do you know when I was in Slovenia, if I see somebody wearing like my skin and my brother, do you understand what I'm saying? We're only 100 people in the country. So if you see anybody like this, I go see, remember, say I get to Robo. Any black man was your brother, any African was your brother. And that's how you are viewed outside the world. Nobody cares whether you're Yoruba, whether you're an Hausa, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian. You're a fucking black man. Sorry for that language. And if we can do that ahead of us, no reason to kill one another. We should be thinking how to put food on the table. And the failure of one, like I said, Davido did that thing well now. The success of one is the success of all. And the failure of one is the failure of us all. Clap for yourself, say your brother fall. Now you fall.
Thank you. Daddy K.
Clap. Keep clapping. They happy, say, oh, that one failed. That one this. They put it on for this. Now you. Now your image, they die. Defend it. You know what? And the only way to defend it is to portray a good image of yourself. Let us have an identity. I came and I talked about that identity to the extent I even brought the image of Jesus Christ.
The question asked was that why is the African Union, right? Why are they ignoring the war in Sudan? I think we should first of all start understanding the fact that it's not even only Sudan that needs help. The way Nigeria is with insecurity, don't we need help? Maybe all African Union should also come for us as well. So the thing is, generally, a lot of African countries.
When Nigeria is supposed to show leadership.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of African countries, you understand, they are not at peace. A lot of them have issues.
West Africa is not at peace. The boys in the soldiers are taking over.
Yes.
Mali.
That's it. So why have they ignored? Why they have ignored is that they know that a lot of people need the help as well. And they are not even come together. First of all, you need to be at peace. You understand? To be able to create unity among other people. The reason why it looks as if they have ignored the war is because they're not even at peace within themselves. They are not at
That
peace
cannot be the
within
reason.
themselves. That's why.
That cannot be the reason. Maybe I agree with you though. I agree with you that. But is that why a union as strong as the African Union will begin to ignore their brothers fighting?
What is their structure? They are mostly structured as a political forum.
Thank you. Said it all.
Yeah, as a political forum, not
Gaddafi's vision for the African Union was
They're visionless, that the key. They're visionless.
It's not a military or diplomatic
They're
force.
visionless.
To be fair to the AU, you know what we had before was the Organization of African Unity. When the European Union came up with their own, and we saw what is happening in Europe, we changed our own from Organization of African Unity to African Union. Slightly coming straight to the United States of Africa we are talking about. So the question he asked is very, 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 very timely. It's a very good one. If this is what the new AU, one of the mission of EU, let me tell you why EU came to place. The coming together of Europe was to avoid war. What was happening in Europe, if you remember the First World War and the Second World War, they all started here. And the fight was about coal and some cities. So what they did is that when we come together and we stay as one, there will be no need to kill one another because of this, because of what the mineral resources, which is the coal and all the steels. So that was how Europe came together. So the primary mission of the EU is to avert war. Like the question he asked, is the primary mission of the AU to stop war in Africa? It's a very serious question. And that's why I said we are not in a good position to answer it. I'm very careful. I know the history more. You understand? I did a very big research on how EU started. And now we are in Africa. We see what is so funny. My brother, you are in Sudan, you are crying like what my young people are saying here. Even in Nigeria, the tribal war is there. It might not come out to gun shooting everybody yet, but there's massive insecurity in the land. And we blame one another. Is the headsman? Is the one this? Is the this? Is the Christian? Is the Muslim? I'm angry. The thing dividing us is so minute. The problem should be, how do you get food on the table? How do you educate yourself? How do you cure yourself? Now he's a Yoruba man, he's a Muslim, he's a Christian. Idiot. So Africa is going to tell us now the next president should be a Muslim or should be a Northerner. So that's what we need. Erufai, leave that your Kaduna, come out, maybe you come talk, little man. Open your mouth in the one state and say, hey, we want this because we want a Northerner to rule Nigeria. That is the reason why a Northerner should rule. Not the best. Can you imagine? Because we don't even know our problem yet. Until we understand it, and these are the problems we need to solve. Our problem is still who to get to power and bring the money home. That's the problem in Nigeria. The Nigeria problem is when I get to Aso Rock, I'm going to bring the money to my people. So the fight is how do I get there? And my people help me to get there. They forgot that the one people take home, the one Buhari brought home, you never feel happy people. Tinubu go stay 20 years for that. You not be happy people. Until the country is good, you are all failures. Let's thank to Davido and Choma for making us proud today. Because maybe those are the kind of things we want to see.
Dedicate.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I wanted to maybe later you listen very well. I think I gave some of the insight. I just chatted with the Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Education. If she wouldn't, I will try to bring her on the program maybe tomorrow. But the major areas were the areas I talked about: CBT test, the Amajiri schools, the area of confirmation and agreement that university age should be 18 years and the primary school should be 11 years, and policies in terms of remuneration funding.
I can't wait to question them on that. Where do you set a criteria for university to be 18 years? What kind
they were looking at it.
Every child will grow at
16 years, not 18 years, 16 years.
It should be at your pace. Some children are born juniors.
Yes, they want them to be mentally mature, according to them.
What
So
is
maybe
mental? What do you call
the permanent
mentality?
secretary,
If we get out
that
here,
the
we'll be more
K9
than happy.
all join the problem when we did for this country. Our policy formulation process and implementation process has a lot of it. So I just hope she calls. I will still relate with her. I hope she calls into the program and she will be able to hear us. When I put the phone on speaker, everybody will hear into the program tomorrow so that
It will be nice.
you can ask questions.
Yeah. All right. We're going to try and end the show, but we're still going to answer Mohammed Melon, who said you can't answer why Africa still, let me see, why Africa still competes as U.S. Army. We condemn that also. We are ready to help African nation keep going Africa. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is exactly what I was trying to say. You have so many brothers everywhere in the world. So many brothers that are ready to help the African continent. They don't need to must come inside the back to come and stay there. But they would love to come to do holiday in their homeland. They would love to have a little beach, a place they call it home. And it's so cheap to get a home in Africa. If we can send this package to our brothers in the US, they will come home. They will build Africa for us. Maybe our brothers don't need to borrow. I'm not borrowed. Look at the level. The money is with our brothers. All you need to do is bring them home. They will build the place for you. They were the one that built America. Can they come home and help us to build? They are more matured now. They have the intellectual capability we don't have. They have the exposure. They have the connections. What are you looking for? Now you're waiting for China to come and build it for you? They got to help you. That's why we're going to end the show today. My mouth is too big. I need to keep it sometimes. You know, when you come on these stages, I just want to be shut up. Listen, young women, I want to thank you very much for making today a success. Engineer, we want to hear more from the education sector. Thank you for that beautiful insight. And tomorrow we'll be able to gossip more on what is trending in the Nigerian news. Thank God we have like I really said, it's a good thing to see Choma and Davido. You know why I love the union most? They are not one tribe. Nobody give it them right now, whether one are Yoruba, one are Igbo. Nobody give it them. Do you? That's the thing we want to see in Nigeria. Because the stupid tribe, even if it gives you your identity, it doesn't stop you from relating with the other. God have never stopped you. And if Nigeria refuse to come together, until you remove, say, this one are not, this are south, this are this, this are that, we can't grow. But the bottom line, I think, in what we said today is that there should be two important things. There should be sanctions, there should be motivation. If I do something wrong, deal with me. Not for my sake, for the progress of tomorrow. If I do something right, encourage me so that I will do more. You say encouragement is a recipe for more. That's why I give award. When you are recognized for what you do, you want to do more. You understand? If people praise you, Mary, you do well for this, so thank you for this. Next time you go do more. You understand? So there must be motivation. Like I always give in the UK, my driver's license is a very big example. If I drive and I do a lot of traffic offense, my insurance would go high. Nobody they follow me. My insurance, they know so I don't commit too many traffic offense. The money I go pay for my insurance yearly, they go high. But once my traffic offense not they low, my insurance will be like very small. Not be ready to tell me that make I try drive well so that my insurance could be very low. Can you imagine the motivation and the sanction on it? Those are the little things you do that make people move forward. Maybe I drive now, I beat one light. If you see the wahala, it's in my door. You understand? I wish I didn't do it. Next time when they come home this morning, if you see us and they see all the lights, they stop. That's why we end the show today. May God help every one of us, and may God help the United States, help to Africa to come to be. It will be a good thing. It will not be a fight against other people, but an attempt for us to be able to speak and talk as a people. The painful thing is we Africans, we are behind. We are not part of this world right now. We don't have a voice. Our voice is the one we used to fight at home and kill one another, like what is happening in Sudan. Like the Igbo man and the Yoruba man, the Hausa man. It has to stop, man. Thank you, beautiful people. May God bless Africa today. That's what we're going to say. We cannot bless only Nigeria. May God bless the United States of Africa. God bless you. We're going to say bye for today. And tomorrow, I know you guys will be with me here again. And we're going to run the floor. But let's see how you people carry this big message. We want to see engineer with that in Ministry of Education, where they say, also age, whether that's so that they do have for another place, they will tell us. Engineer people, I swear, we'll catch them one day. We'll see you now one day. That's how we end the show. Bye.
Thank you.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 93190 or email us at realestate@superiorradiotelevision.com. SRTV Shortlet Apartment, where comfort meets luxury.
SRTV. Innovative content.